Hello dear students, how are you? Welcome to the online class. Today I am going to take class on Dr. Foster's which is included in your syllabus. In my previous class I talked about Christopher Marlowe and now I am going to tell about Dr. Foster's briefly. If it were in the classroom, live classroom, then we could go through the lines of the drama. But as it is not possible now, we would take it. We would take it in the class, and we try to go through the drama in the class. Now I am just talking about. I just want to talk about the main theme of the drama. Dr. Foster's is a very scholar man, but why was he doomed? What was the causes of this tragedy? In this class I want to highlight upon the causes for Dr. Foster was doomed and which brought for him the damnation. If we look at the heroes of Marlowe, we will find that Marlowe's heroes were dominated by uncontrolled passion or inordinate ambition. It is a common characteristic of Marlowe's heroes. Marlowe's heroes were dominated by uncontrollable passion and inordinate ambition, and they also seem to be inspired by Machiavelli's ideals of human code and human desires. Machiavelli's famous book, The Prince, preached the principle of the freedom of an individuality to gain his end by any means, by adopting any means, whether it may be fair or foul. Thus, we can find this we can find that the tragic heroes of Christopher Marlowe are very much dominated by the passion, discarding all the moral codes and spiritual or ethical principles, and they tried heart and soul and adopted any means by which they could end their if they could achieve their earthly glory or gain. Such intense passion, just note it, such intense passion and pitiless struggle with the superhuman power to gain the earthly gain or glory makes Marlowe's hero greater indeed and adds a glory and grandeur to their personality. So, from this discussion, we can easily have a brief idea about the Marlowe's tragic heroes. So it is very much common to Marlowe's heroes that they were dominated, they were overwhelmed with the passion and over ambition. They could do whatever they needed in order to achieve their ends or glory. They didn't bother what is right or what is wrong, what is ethical or what is moral. It doesn't bother them, and we would have a clear reflection of Machiavelli's principle of human code and human desire in Dr. Foster's. Now, I want to say about the characteristics of tragedy according to Aristotle. According to Aristotle, there must be, according to Aristotle, the main characteristics or important characteristics of a tragedy is that the tragic hero should have some inherent weakness or tragical flaw, and that means that he is neither absolutely good or virtuous nor completely vicious or corrupt person. And if we go through the Dr. Foster's, then we will find that Dr. Foster's invariably satisfied these conditions. In that sense, we can say that Dr. Foster's is obviously a tragedy. Here in this drama, we will find that Dr. Foster is puffed up with the pride. With the pride in his great learning and scholarship, and is dominated by inordinate ambition to achieve superhuman power and knowledge infinitive, and through it he wants to gain this knowledge infinitive through superhuman power, and that we can very well know from the chorus before the action of the drama starts. In the first scene, in the first scene of the play, we find that Dr. Foster is very much fed up about all the subjects which he has already mastered for. He is very much pipped for his scholarship, for his scholar, and for his intelligence and knowledge. Due to pride and ambition, Foster is disappointed all the branches of the learning. Physics, divinity, law, philosophy, all the subjects seemed very much dull and very much inadequate for him, and even for his purpose. And so Foster's soul is affair with the passion to be great in this world by any means, and to got the knowledge infinitive, and to be powerful by practicing the superhuman power. He wants to acquire all the human powers and to enjoy supreme sensual pleasurable life. And that is why Foster's wants to, in a word we can say that Foster's wants to gain a deity, to soar above the mortal bounds, and herein lies, and herein his over ambition, his over asking for power, his but unlimitless pleasure in life, wanting of limitless pleasure of life, sensual pleasure of life, and wants to be the what we have to say, wants to be the superhuman powerful person in this world, is the great or main tragic flaw of his character. So, according to Aristotle said that every tragic hero must have a tragic flaw, and in Dr. Foster's we can say that his tragic flaw is over ambition and soaring up ambition, and unbelievable, unbelievable asking for pleasure in this world. So we can already find out the tragic flaw of Dr. Foster's. Dr. Foster's had a great possibility to be great in this world by fair means. He didn't need to adapt the necromancy or black art to be great in this world, but he is not satisfied with his own knowledge. Rather, he is piffed. He became proud for his knowledge. All the branches of the knowledge seemed very much dull to him, and so he became very much over confident and over ambitious. In spite of Dr. Foster had many good qualities, human qualities, and he is very much brilliant. Already I have told you that he was very much brilliant, a scholar person already, of course. In spite of all his great learning and scholarship and other human qualities, in the drama we can easily witness how the tragic flaw of his character bring about the ultimate doom and damnation in his life. But we also find the pricks of conscience of Dr. Foster's. When he was bid adieu to deity or good thing, Foster perfectly knows that to achieve his uncommon purpose, he has to shake off the path of virtue, and he has to take the path of vices. And his pricks of consciousness and his unconscious mind, which was forbidding him to take the path of vice, we can easily get this impression from the appearance of the good angel and bad evil angel. Good angel and evil angel appears at the first act. Whenever they appeared before Foster's, the good angel urged to Dr. Foster's again and again to keep aside the books of necromancy and to keep and read the scripture. But the bad angel repeatedly urged Dr. Faustus and scores a victory by luring Dr. Faustus to pass away the path of virtue by assuring that if he mastered the black art or necromancy, he would be the lord and commander of the elements. Finally, Dr. Faustus chose to take the path of vices and became the superhumanly powerful. And so, at the end of the scene of Act 1, at the third scene of Act 1, we find that Dr. Faustus telling Mephistopheles that he has already abjured the trinity of his own accord and had decided or firmly made up his mind to sell his soul to the devil to become powerful, superhumanly powerful, and he wanted to have the help of Mephistopheles and wanted to enjoy boundless happiness of life for only 24 hours. What a tragedy. Dr. Faustus also signed a bond with the blood from his veins. He sold his soul to the devil in order to have 24 hours, 24 years of boastfulness, sensual pleasure, voluptuous power, and whatever he wanted. But he just didn't understand 24 years is a very short period of life, and after this period he had to go to hell. But he didn't understand the consequence of this deal. Then, how can we say that Dr. Faustus is a modern tragedy? Dr. Faustus is a modern tragedy in that sense that before surrendering his soul to the devil, we find Dr. Faustus was pricked by his subconscious mind. Subconscious mind, we find the interaction of drama fluctuating between the weak and wavering loyalties of Dr. Faustus to those opposing forces. Dr. Faustus's heart became engaged with a battle between good and evil, and good and evil. His mind was pricked by the sense of guilt. He could realize very well that if he wanted to be all powerful in this world, he had to bid adieu the path of virtue, which subconsciously his mind forbade him not to do that. So, not to do that, thus the heart of Faustus turns to be in the battlefield, where the forces of good and the forces of evil trying to overwhelm each other. Generally, in the inner conflict takes place. Generally, in every person's mind, inner conflict takes place when a man is faced with two alternatives, one of which he must have to take. He must have to choose, but finds himself pulled in opposite directions. In a modern tragedy, we find that the expression of the free will of a man. In a modern tragedy, the hero or the character makes the choice of good and bad and becomes the architect of his own fortune. Similarly, we find that in Dr. Faustus, he took the path of vice or sold his soul or make a bond with Mephistopheles willingly. So what do I have to say? Thus, Faustus is like a modern man whose conscious self is opposed by subconscious. Conscious self is opposed by subconscious, as it will still deeply attached to the conventional belief of Christian theology. There are some very significant characteristics for which we can say that Dr. Faustus is a modern tragedy. So, after giving this brief description, we can easily say that what is the main cause of Dr. Foster's doom and damnation in his life? Why he had to face such a damnation in life? His life could be very much beautiful, very much flashy, very much whatever, very much flourished, but only for his tragic flaw and only for his over ambitiousness, he had to face this damnation. So the main cause of the tragedy of Dr. Foster's is aspiring pride and soaring ambition. Only for this tragic flaw, Dr. Foster was doomed in his life. So, from this discussion, I think that it would be easier for you to understand what is the main cause of tragedy in Dr. Foster's. In my discussion, I want to make it clear that Dr. Foster's is a modern tragedy. Of course, we can say that modern tragedy, and it has fulfilled all the characteristics destined by Aristotle for a tragedy. So we can say that it is a tragedy, and from this discussion you can easily realize that what is the main cause of Foster's damnation. Thank you for today. Next class I will take another drama. Thank you.